Hello everybody, my name is Leo, and with this video we will share a direct comparison between the HeadRush MX5 versus the Mooer GE 250. First of all, we will hear the two units in action with the demo song, then we will compare the features and technical characteristics of the two units with a very detailed comparison chart. Then we will hear more sounds, also comparing the two units with a real tube amp, checking out the frequency response, the dynamic range management and the note envelope, and finally I will give you my 2 cents. So I hope you enjoy, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, as it's gonna really help me to make more videos like this. Let's start with the demo song. We will now compare the two units among the following parameters: number of amps, cabs and mics built-in, third-party IRs management, number of effects and effect chain management in general, MIDI availability, input and output types, foot switches and expression pedal, screen size and type, computer app availability, looper and drum machine, ADA conversion and USB channel, special features offered by both the unit, current, power, dimension, weight and price. First of all, in the MX5 we have 46 amp, 15 cabs and 10 mics, where you can set only if the mic is on axis or not, but not the position or distance. On the other hand, in the Mooer GE 250 we have 70 amps with 10 more slots to be used to load profiles, 32 cabs and 10 mics, where you can change the distance and the position of the mic. I would give the thumbs up to the GE 250 not only as it offers more amps and cabs, but especially because it lets you fully control the mic position, which is pretty important for our tone, where the MX5 lets you control only if the mic is on axis or not. As regards third-party IRs, we have 300 user slots in the MX5 and 10 in the GE 250. Then both the unit can load IRs up to 2048 sample points. Therefore, thumbs up to the MX5 as it offers more slots. Let's now talk about the effects and effect chain management. The MX5 offers more than 63 effects arranged in 11 blocks that you can put in whatever order you want, with the possibility to have parallel effects and with 3 types of signal chains allowed. As shown in the picture, the signal chain can be serial, parallel with 3 effect blocks before the parallel split and 2 after, or parallel with 2 chains of 4 parallel effects and 3 serial effects after the parallel split. In the G250 we have more than 84 effects arranged in 11 blocks that you can put in whatever position you want, but it lacks, for instance, the possibility to load parallel effect chains. Therefore, I would give the thumbs up to the MX5, even if it offers less effects, as it has a more flexible signal chain. The MX5 offers MIDI in and out via mini jacks, where in the G250 you have a MIDI port that can be used alternatively to be MIDI in or MIDI out, using a standard MIDI connection. Therefore, I would say that they are on pair as the MX5 offers both MIDI in and out, but with mini jacks, and the G250 offers only MIDI in, but with a regular MIDI port. As regards inputs and outputs, the MX5 has a guitar input, a stereo effect loop via TRS jacks, balanced TRS output, an headphone out and an aux in. In the G250 we have a guitar in, a mono effect loop as opposed to the stereo effect loop of the MX5. Then we have both balanced XLR output and unbalanced outputs, an aux in and an headphone out. Here I would give the thumbs up to the MX5, especially as it offers the stereo effect loop that is missing in the G250 that has only a mono effect loop. As regards foot switches, the MX5 has 3 foot switches where the G250 has 5. Therefore I would give the thumbs up to the G250. The screen of the MX5 is better as it is bigger and touch sensitive. Furthermore, the MX5 is missing a computer app, while the G250 has a computer app for creating and tweaking presets and managing more generally the unit. The MX5 offers longer loopers, but the G250 offers also a drum machine that is missing in the MX5. As regards ADA conversion, the MX5 offers a 4x4 USB channels audio interface with up to 96 kHz at 24-bit converters, where the G250 has only 2 USB channels and can reach only 44 kHz. Therefore, the MX5 is better. Let me just add that the dynamic range of the G250 of 100 dB is an average value for this type of units, where the dynamic range of the HeadRush is not known. As regards special features, the MX5 offers the setlist, which is a really clever and useful way to organize your presets, where in the G250 we have the tone capture functionality and the possibility to load profiles created with the Mooer GE labs, which is a pretty cool features in order, how to say, to copy the tone of our beloved amps. Therefore, I would give a thumbs up to the G250 as the tone capture and the possibility to load profiles are really cool features. As regards power needs, the G250 is less power hungry. As regards dimension and weight, the MX5 is a little bit smaller and lighter compared to the G250. As regards the price, the MX5 is cheaper in dollars but more expensive in euro. Nevertheless, I wouldn't give any thumbs up as the MX5 has been just released and the prices can change and fluctuate in the future. So finally, let's count the green and red thumbs. Suspense. We have 8 green thumbs with 5 reds for the MX5 and 7 greens and 6 reds for the G250. So the MX5 is just a tiny bit better according to this comparison chart. Obviously this is just a technical comparison without considering that each feature could have a different importance for you. And so for instance you could prefer the MX5 for the more flexible FX signal chain, or the G250 for the computer app availability or the possibility to load profiles. But if you just algebraically sum the red and greens, the MX5 is a little bit better. Let's now hear some more sounds. Welcome in the more sound section of this video. We will now compare the modelers versus a real valve amp that is connected to a greenback speaker and with everything to none, where in both the modelers I have loaded their simulations of the real amp with the IR I made for the speaker I'm using with the real amp. We will be testing the frequency response, the dynamic range management and the note envelope of the real deal versus the modelers, playing few licks with the guitar. I have already recorded the DI tracks of the licks in my digital audio workstation, so we are sure that we are gonna send the same exact lick to the modelers and the real amp without introducing little human errors derived from the fact that it is impossible to play the same lick many times without little variations. I'm a human and not a robot, and therefore each time I play a lick I can introduce a little variation in the position of the pick or the force I apply, etc. So, human errors avoided here. These are the 5 leaks I will be using. I will use the first two to match the frequency response. I mean, we will hear the amp and the modelers with everything set to none, and then I will tweak the modelers to sound as close as possible to the real amp using these 2 leaks. Then, with the third leak, we will test the dynamic response of the modelers. I mean, the way the modelers cleans up and break up according to the volume of your guitar or how soft or hard you push the strings. And with the fourth and fifth leak, we will check out the note envelope management of the modelers versus the real deal. I will let you now hear the tests, and I will not say anything so that you can make your own idea without being influenced by mine. And we'll discuss the results later on in the My 2 cents section of this video. Let's start! Final considerations here, and please notice that these are gonna be my personal opinions for my specific use cases, and of course you may not agree with me, and this is totally fine. Let me share the stronger selling points, in my opinion, of each unit. Home recording. Here the MX5 offers 4 USB channels instead of the 2 of the GE250. And the possibility to record at 48 kHz versus 41 in the GE250. On the other hand, the GE250 has a computer app that is missing in the MX5 that lets you control the modeler directly from the screen of your computer without having to reach out the modeler while recording. So it depends what it is more important for you. If you need the computer app, let's go with the Mooer. If you need 4 USB channels or you record at 48 kHz, let's go with the HeadRush. Live use. Here I would say that the Mooer GE250 is in pole position as it offers 5 foot switches. Both the unit offer a MIDI in order to control the modelers with external MIDI controllers, but obviously this is one thing more to buy and carry around with you. Easiness of use. The MX5 has a touchscreen but does not have a computer app, where the GE250 does not come with a touchscreen but has a computer app. In my use case, I use a lot the computer app as I typically build the presets at home and I just tweak them a little bit live, and for recording I want everything on the screen on the computer. So I prefer the Mooer GE250, but obviously it depends from your use case. Amp sound. Well, if you hear at the demo song, I think that it is pretty difficult to tell which is which. In the more sound section we have heard a detailed comparison of the two modelers versus a real amp, and I think that the HeadRush is typically less gainy, with a pretty good recreation of the frequency response compared to the real amp, where the GE250 was almost spot on in terms of gain, requiring some tweaking, especially as regards treble and presence. I mean, I had really to enhance the high frequency and the presence, reducing the bass frequency in order to get close to the real amp. With the Mooer GE250 you can also use the tone capture procedure, or you can load profiles made with the GE Labs that provide pretty good results, getting really close to the real amp. I have done specific videos about these features and I preferred not to include other samples in this video in order not to make the video too long. Let me just add that in order to make a profile with the GE Labs app, obviously you need the real amp and everything that is required to record the real amp with an iOS device. Therefore, it is not a procedure that can be done by everyone. Effects. As regards effects, in my opinion, the MX5 is better, as it offers a more flexible signal chain, offering parallel effects, that is something pretty valuable in my opinion. So overall, in my opinion, the stronger selling points of the MX5 are the FX signal chain and the stereo effect loop, where the stronger selling points of the Mooer GE250 are the computer app availability, the 5 foot switches that are handy to have especially while playing live, and the possibility to load profiles, which is a killer feature in my opinion, and especially if you have the room and the gear to profile your own amps. This is obviously my point of view and I would like to know your opinions and which one of the two units you would choose in your use case, and also if the sound differences that you can check out in the demo song or in the more sound section of this video are key deciding factors for you. So please let me know in the comments below your very valuable opinions. These were my final 2 cents. We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell and leave a thumbs up. It would be of a great help. If you're interested in my IRs or in my camper profiles, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a link to a playlist of songs of mine. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!